Member for Canberra.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. And I also want to thank the member for North Sydney for bringing this topic today and the spirit in which it's brought. And I just want to briefly take the opportunity to acknowledge her contribution this term and that I am sorry that her seat will no longer exist and that she's leaving the Parliament. And just acknowledge I've really enjoyed working with the member for North Sydney on a lot of things, and her genuine commitment to seeing better outcomes for the environment and a range of other issues. And sorry to see her go. So, this is a really important topic because we do need to work together. And as I say, I appreciate the spirit in which this matter of public importance have been brought. We have seen over many years, longer than the last decade, climate wars in this country. And I guess we would have thought that by this election, this upcoming election, 2025, that those wars were over. We hope that with us coming to government at the last election, that was the end of climate change being a political fight, that the science would finally be accepted and that all people running for Parliament in Australia would finally accept that this was a pressing challenge for the entire world that Australia has to play its very important part in. And this is something that matters to Australians, and not least because of our just precious and unique environment that I know we all value and that I know Canberrans value very much. And that, as I always say, this is the issue that they talk to me about more than any other. But unfortunately, that's not what we see, because we have an opposition that is going to this election with a policy to go down a path of nuclear power and build 7 nuclear reactors around the country. And it is just laughable. With the really great ground that we, as a Labor government, the Albanese Labor government, have made in the last 3 years, in not much time, what we have achieved in setting targets and being on track to meet those targets, in record investment in renewable energy, it is devastating that this will again become a fight at the next election, and all of that is at risk. It's at risk. And what the experts tell us is we are at a tipping point for Australia that if these things continue, we are on track at the moment, and if these things do not continue, we will be set back forever. And this is an opportunity for our economy as well, and our government is wanting to make the most of that. We want this to be a jobs opportunity for Australia, to be involved in that manufacturing of what we need for the transition to a sustainable economy. And we want to play our part in a world that is transitioning to a clean energy, to clean energy and away from fossil fuels. So I want to say, I agree with the member for North Sydney when she said, at the next election you need to vote like your children's future and their children's future depends on it, because it does. I couldn't agree more. But I would say that what is most at risk is a Dutton Liberal National Coalition government, because we will see everything that we are trying to do for climate and for the environment completely trashed, among other things.
Like Trump-like.
Yeah. This is an opposition that still don't know if they believe in climate change. This is an opposition that is suggesting a policy, a nuclear policy, so ridiculous that it is, even one of their own senators has said it is merely a political distraction. We can't risk that. So when my members of the Canberra community come to me, though, it is concerning that they don't always realise everything that we have achieved, It is ambitious. And I will always stand for the most ambitious action on climate and protecting our environment that we can. But the fact of the matter is that it is governments and Labor governments that deliver that. We need a government that is committed to this, as we always have been. And I had planned to talk about all the things we have done over the years, and I'm nearly out of time. But our record speaks for itself. We are the party of environment. We always will.